Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of DTF with Frankie and Herb.
My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb. Today, we're going to be talking about a very legend himself. Thankfully, he is still alive. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I'm so glad that he lived to see his comeback.
Absolutely, yeah. Of comeback. Well, I mean, I don't think I would call it a comeback, but we'll talk about it.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But before we get into who we're speaking about today, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Question of the day.
Question of the day.
I'm going to lay it on you. So, question of the day is there any celebrity out there, or maybe not a celebrity, but is there anyone out there that you would feel like you can relate to based off of their persona, personality, interviews they've done, interests, etc.? You know, stuff that you can compare yourself to.
All right. Okay. I'll say this, right? First, I want to make sure that we all remember, we don't really know what these celebrities are like.
For
right?
sure.
So we're definitely going based off of what we do see.
Of course.
And, I think I'd have a really great time with Zendaya.
Okay, why's that?
Well, besides the fact that she's super fine, right? I think Zendaya has a very good balance of being silly and being serious. You know, she can make a joke of herself, but maintain being respected. And I feel like I'm the same way. You know, I know how to have a good time, but I am about my business.
Right. Okay. I feel like I could have a very similar person to that as well when it comes to serious and good, good playtime. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so because all right, let's think about it in the business aspect.
Okay.
My man does what he does.
Okay.
Okay.
Does, yes.
He takes his stuff serious. He takes his roles serious. He takes his job serious. You know. Again, we don't really know what their lives really are about, but from what I see in interviews and whatnot, he's such a calm dude. He's just here because, he has to deliver some remarks or whatnot. And you see him laugh and you see the type of humor he has or whatnot. And then in his free time, what is he doing?
He's with 20-year-olds on his boat.
Okay, well, let's cut the 20-year-old part, but exactly, he's on a boat. He's eating at a fancy restaurant. His man's just having so much free time. He could do whatever he wants. And honestly, I think that's one of the end games for me, man. Just to have that amount of free time,
man. Like that's being the master of your own schedule. Like you are seriously your own boss if you can do that. Enjoy that much of your day.
Yeah.
Enjoy that much of your year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, then, yeah, that's a question that we want to pose to our audience, our listeners, right? If you're listening on Spotify, scroll down to the area where you see the question and answer that for yourselves, right? Answer that for us too. Or chime in on Instagram and Twitter, right? Who is a celebrity that you feel like you can relate to? Who do you think you would be able to hang out with, have a good time with, based on interests and interviews you see, based on whatever their perceived personality is and whatnot? Who's a celebrity you'd like to hang out with? Let us know.
Now, let's talk about the actor of the day.
Who is our actor's profile about today?
So, I said in the very beginning, this is a legend, a very legend himself. He may be underrated today, but let's all remember that this man had one of the best careers when it comes to the movie industry when it was his peak. Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Nicolas Cage. You did say that he's having a comeback. Explain that a little bit. So
Nick Cage, yes, I feel like he's having a comeback. He's been gone for a few years now. Right? It was all over the tabloids, all over the news that he had some like money trouble and had to spend a lot of time paying people back because, Nick Cage had money and, when you more money, more problems,
Okay.
So,
going with the old saying.
Yeah. He had a lot of money issues and he had a long time paying that money back. So he just wound up doing any movie he could get. Oh my gosh.
Any movie is right.
His credit list was so bad for a couple of years.
I'm looking at it right now, actually. So let's start with, let's see what his last, good hit was. Okay, let's go with Ghost Rider. That kind of was, let's say, the downfall from there on out. Ghost Rider 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ghost Rider 2.
Ghost Rider 2, that was 2011. After that, he did a movie called Stolen, The Frozen Ground, a movie called Joe, Outcast, Left Behind, Dying of the Light, Pay the Ghost, Dog Eat Dog,
and a bunch of other stuff that nobody knows.
Bro,
right?
we have to. We know, but what I'm trying to tell you right now is we have to watch all these movies now. How's he gonna be the actor profile of the day? We don't know these, but yeah, basically he has, But now we're looking at his credits. He's doing a lot of more blockbusters now.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely back into it.
Exactly, appearing with a lot of their big A celebrities today. So he was born on January 7th, 1964. So he's currently 59 years old. Mm-hmm. He's 59 years old. And did you know Nicolas Cage is not even his real name?
Yeah, I knew that Cage was not his original name.
Okay. Do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is. I just knew it wasn't his original name.
Okay. Brace yourself. Nicolas Kim Coppola.
You know what? That sounds familiar. And I think it's pronounced Coppola. Because he's of Italian descent. Yeah.
You correcting me? Okay. No, yeah. It probably is Coppola. Yeah, because it is true. Yeah, it is an Italian descent. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's his uncle. His uncle was an actor back then, correct?
Not an actor. His uncle was actually a well-known director.
Okay, yeah.
Most notable work for his actor is the Godfather trilogy.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Nick Cage's uncle directed all three Godfathers.
Wow. Okay. No, yeah. So Italian descent is right. Okay. So what about his credits? Talk to me a little bit about that.
So what I know about his getting into the movie industry is his first role was actually in a film called Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Mm-hmm. This movie is one of those movies where, well, I'm about to do a bad comparison, but it's almost the same, right? Because there are some people who are in this movie who are like really, really famous today. And I was going to compare this movie to Boogie Nights. You ever saw Boogie Nights?
With John Travolta?
No, Boogie Nights. You're thinking Saturday
Night Fever. Oh,
Boogie Nights is with Mark Wahlberg, Don Cheadle, Philip Seymour Hoffman, John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
So many people in that movie who were nobodies back then.
Right.
And look at them today. But Fast Times at Ridgemont High, it was supposed to be one of those, coming of age, teenage films or whatnot.
Okay. So he was part of that.
Yeah, he was actually he had a bit in that movie, which most of it was cut out. But his next piece of work was called Rumblefish. It came out in October of 1983, and after that was his breakout role, Valley Girl, which actually came out in April of 1983. And I bring that up to say I understand why people are having an issue with what they call Nepo babies.
Okay, right.
Right? You're familiar with that term, right? Right? And whoever isn't familiar with that term, Nepo baby, as in nepotism. Mm-hmm. These are people who are in the industry who are born into the industry, right? Yeah. And they have a foot
parents,
in the door.
Yeah,
exactly.
Their parents or grandparents or something are already huge in the industry.
Exactly. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
Right? Her parents were actors as well.
Jaden Smith.
Exactly. Jaden Smith. You know who I was sorely disappointed to find out was a Nepo baby?
Cool.
Was George Clooney. I really thought George Clooney came up on his own, but his father was actually a talk show host.
Interesting. Like famous talk shows?
Yeah, he had a talk show. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, I say that to say this, right? The movie Rumblefish was directed by his uncle, and Nick Cage got a part in this film, right? And after Rumblefish, he got a part in Valley Girl, which is called his breakout role, right? But here's the catch. Rumblefish came out in October of 1983, but he filmed that first. Valley Girl came out in April of 1983.
Okay.
But he filmed that second.
Yeah.
So how did the second movie he filmed come out first, and that was his breakout role, right? Somebody, his uncle, I don't know, but somebody saw his performance in Rumblefish, or maybe his uncle talked up his performance in Rumblefish and got him another audition somewhere else,
Okay, yeah.
But knowing stuff like that, like, so...
I mean, is that exactly what happened, or are you just saying?
Know.
Because the one thing I do know, like sometimes movies just, they get delayed.
I don't know. I'm making a theory, right? Okay. Because Nick Cage changed his name so he could
break out,
make it on his own. He wanted his own reputation.
Yeah, he wanted his own rep.
But then he ends up still working with his uncle on a movie that came out after.
Well, I mean, was his uncle even famous at the time?
He made the Godfather trilogy.
Oh, that same uncle. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay, yeah, never mind. No.
Well, that's that, right? I just brought all that up to say I understand why people are mad about Nepo babies.
So you said he was working in 1983. This is his breakout role, right? 1983.
Yes.
So 1983. We're in 2023. Was that like 40 years now?
Don't do that math to me. Not on the spot.
Okay. Okay. It's like 40 years. Anyway. Dude, you're so funny. Okay, so from 1983 to not to now, let's say 2011 or 2013, my man had a huge spending spree.
Ah, yes.
He had money that was endless because my man bought anything he liked. And I'll be honest with you, as a matter of fact, this actually ties to our question of the day, when like who somebody you can relate to. Bro, when I say if I have the amount of money Nicolas Cage has, obviously I'll do this more smartly, more wisely. I would definitely buy a bunch of shit like this.
Yeah.
He has a history of purchasing random artifacts from around the world, such as a stolen head of a T-Rex, which he purchased for $276,000. What he did not know was that it was stolen at the time, of course. It was stolen from the Mongolia Gobi Desert. And contacted by the Department of Homeland Security in 2014, the actor agreed to hand it over so it could be returned. By the way, he outbid DiCaprio for the skull.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio's not upset about that loss anymore.
Yeah, right?
Because Nick Cage bought it for however much money and had to give it back for free.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Leo DiCaprio is definitely over it.
Check this out. He purchased the most haunted mansion in the world, which is located in New Orleans, so he could write a horror novel. I'm sorry. However, he never got too far with it, as the mansion was lost to foreclosure in 2009.
Jeez.
And he purchased in 2007, so he only had it for 2 years. So right now, he currently owns and is trying to sell 3 private islands as well. That's something I'll do. I'll get a private island myself.
I don't need a private island.
Yeah. So honestly, which again explains why he's done so many projects that we don't really know about, because he just needed the money coming. He owed money. There was, like you said, there was a lot of news that he was going broke and he had bills to pay. And hey, at the end of the day, that man still worked. He made his money, because look at him today. He's still owning 3 islands, and it hasn't been lost like to the banks or something like that. That means he still has funds, in the bank and whatnot. But yeah, Nicolas Cage and his spending spree.
Bro, don't aspire to that poor money habits.
No, I wouldn't call it poor money habits. It's just more like artifacts.
So speaking of the work he's put in, right, to pay back these things, he did mention that he has no plans of retiring, not anytime soon anyways. And this is something I feel a lot of actors feel, right? He says that he feels healthier. He feels better when he's more active and working. Recently, Sir Ian McKellen came out with the same statement,
okay.
as long as my mind is on point, why would I retire?
Yeah.
You know what they say, a body in motion stays in motion. Yeah,
that's very true. Nicolas Cage definitely has not stopped. Did you know that Nicolas Cage is, I wouldn't say, responsible, but he definitely has a huge credit as to why this huge A-list star is who he is today.
Who?
Johnny Depp.
Really?
Yes. So Johnny Depp. So without Nicolas Cage, we basically have no Johnny Depp. Apparently, when the two were unknown and met through mutual friends back in Hollywood, the two were playing a game of Monopoly. How funny is that? They're normal people like us. They're playing Monopoly, and that's when Cage offered Depp the advice to go for acting. And he refused. He was, more of a musician. He was really trying to have a music career at the time. And, straight up told him he doesn't act. Nicolas Cage still, set up a meeting between him and his agent. And his agent met him, thought he was great and in the sense of how he looked, and sent him to an audition. You know what audition that was for?
I don't.
A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really? Oh, he clearly wasn't Freddy, but okay.
Right. A Nightmare on Elm Street. And bro, the rest is history. Yeah, that's all I can really say about Johnny Depp. He deserves his own episode.
Jeez, that is risky. Imagine taking one of your friends to your agent and your agent likes him.
Yeah.
What if Nick Cage got dumped?
Oh my goodness.
That's risky. Oh, that is risky. So it's like we said, what I want to bring up what we talked about at the top of this, right? He's recently making a comeback.
Okay.
Right? Recently making a comeback. And we mentioned financial issues, right? Because having years worth of money issues caused by his business manager at the time. His business manager was accused of neglect and failing to pay taxes on a lot of his earned income from his stuff, right? Nick Cage in the 90s was one of the top paid actors, you know? So his return started in 2021, actually.
Okay.
It was the first trailer I ever noticed Nick Cage in. After, like, during this long period of time where he's just doing any movie to any movie, there was a trailer that came out called Pig. And it was the first trailer in a long time where I actually noticed Nick Cage was in something. So there alone in the trailer, catching my attention, I felt like it was something worth watching, you know? After I watched the trailer, I decided not to watch it anyways. You know, I didn't have that faith in Nick Cage's career at the time.
So you haven't watched it?
I have not watched it yet to this day. But it is getting, like, his performance in that film has had a ton of praise.
I was going to mention something like that. I know that it did receive a lot of praise for that film.
Yeah.
Very cool, baby. Very cool, baby.
His return started in 2021, right? Great praise for his performance there. Right after that, in 2022, recently came out with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. He starred opposite Pedro Pascal, playing a fictionalized version of himself.
Pedro. And
I tried watching that movie.
You didn't like it?
Halfway in, I started to not like it immediately. Okay. My issue with movies is sometimes I hate, or not sometimes I hate, I always hate when a movie is aware that it's a movie.
Oh, you did mention this to me. Okay, yes, you did say this to me.
I hate that.
Yeah.
With, like,
breaking the fourth wall, like, really hard.
It's not exactly like breaking the fourth wall, because I absolutely love Deadpool, but, you know, Deadpool is a character.
Right.
Nick Cage is supposedly playing himself.
Yeah.
In a movie, about the movie.
Can I tell you something? I'm going to stop you right there. Because Nicolas Cage actually feels the exact same way you feel.
Yeah.
He stated that he, like, I don't think it was a premiere. I think it was like a press thing or whatever. He said that he's not going to watch that movie. And when they asked him why, he said, like, I don't want to watch a movie of myself, like, you know, being myself. You know, I guess he really wants to see himself, you know, acting. You know? He wants to see a performance, and he knows that was not a performance or something like that.
Oh, my goodness. Most recently, he made a long lost appearance in the box office flop, The Flash. And I say long lost appearance because he played a version of Superman, right? He played a version of Superman that was supposed to come out in the 90s. In the 90s, I don't know if you know Kevin Smith. He's a really great director.
Yes.
Right? So Kevin Smith was set to direct a Superman film. And they got Nick Cage to play Superman in this movie. And he specifically chose Nick Cage because Nick Cage, I don't want to call him weird looking, but he's like tall and lanky and whatnot, you know?
Okay, right.
And Superman is an alien. Anyways, Kevin Smith said that this movie was supposed to make people who felt like outsiders feel included, make them feel okay. Because every iteration of Superman there is, he's this incredibly buff, incredibly handsome guy, but he's supposed to be an alien.
I hear that.
And this Nick Cage version of Superman was supposed to feel like he's an outsider.
So I didn't want to stop you because you were really going into it. But it was actually directed by Tim Burton. Uh-huh. Well, it was supposed to be directed by Tim Burton, but you're still not wrong. Kevin Smith was definitely still involved with it. He actually led the script for the movie.
Okay, all right. I knew Kevin Smith was in there.
Can you imagine that? A Superman film created, written by Kevin Smith, directed by Tim Burton.
Tim Burton's
casted by Nicolas Cage. Wow, what a cast.
Let me tell you something. When Nick Cage got cast for it, you know, everybody wanted to see it. Whatever reason it flopped or whatever reason it didn't get like the official green light or it didn't happen, I can't recall. But man, like when Nick Cage was going on a promo tour for this movie.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture right now of him, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he looks great.
Yeah,
look at that hair.
He would have been a fantastic Superman.
Yeah, he really would have. But yes, but I would even say he made an appearance in that movie, dude. In The Flash. So that was absolutely terrible CGI. I completely 100%.
Nick Cage filmed some of that.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he shouldn't have. Oh, but then again, here he is accepting everything right now. Have a little respect for yourself, man.
Oh my goodness.
but man, that was terrible. That did no justice for what it should have really been.
But I'm just happy Nick Cage is back, man. I can't wait.
Nick Cage is back,
bro. I recently watched this Nick Cage movie called Sympathy for the Devil. Just came out. So good. Like 98% of the movie. I personally hated the ending, but the rest of the movie was absolutely entertaining.
Yeah, okay. I feel like I watched the Nicolas Cage movie recently too.
Yeah.
Did I tell you recently? I forgot, dude. I know that I did.
I'm sure.
I told you.
Did you watch it?
I feel like
I'm spacing out, man.
Man, I'm spacing out too. I told you right before this episode. I told you to remind me. And you're forgetting your lines. No, I'm completely going blank right now. But yeah, I feel like I recently watched a Nicolas Cage film recently as well. But anyways, let's talk about the movie of the week, because I'll tell you this much. This is going to be my next Nicolas Cage film.
I'm sorry, real quick. Yeah. I remember the movie you saw.
What?
Renfield.
Yes, Renfield. So, yes, Renfield. Yeah, Renfield, he actually played Dracula in it. And a little backstory, he actually, when he was filming Ghost Rider 2, they were staying in some place in Europe, I don't know, and he actually stayed one night at where they filmed the original Dracula movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
In Europe, you said it was?
Somewhere, I don't know. Okay. Some place in Transylvania, I don't know.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah, they were filming Ghost Rider 2. So, movie of the week.
What's the movie of the week, Herb?
So, the movie of the week has... Okay, I'm going to do things a little different this week. I'm going to tie our actor's profile to the movie of the week.
All right.
All right? Okay, cool. Movie of the week is Face Off. Have you seen Face Off?
I did see Face Off, bro.
Okay. Face Off is an action thriller that takes viewers on a mind-bending ride. The movie follows the story of two opposed characters, FBI agent Sean Archer, played by John Travolta, and terrorist Castor Troy, played by Nicolas Cage. Travolta survives an assassination attempt by Cage, but the bullet penetrates his chest and strikes his son Michael and kills him. Travolta, filled with revenge, hunts him for 6 years and eventually captures him. After a plane crash that severely injures Nicolas Cage, Travolta has the idea of switching literal faces. A surgery was performed for Travolta's FBI agent character to have Cage's face surgically applied to his face. Frankie, I'm going to repeat that. Travolta had his face removed to have Nicolas Cage's face. Hence the title, Face Off. The surgery is done so Travolta can disguise himself to go to prison to receive information about a bomb that Cage's brother who knows about the location of the bomb. During the mission, Nicolas Cage wakes from the coma and forces the doctor to perform the same surgery and have Travolta's face on his. Again, Face Off. Cage convinces his gang to kill anyone who knows about the surgery, so Travolta, back in prison, can sound crazy while he tries to leave prison by telling everybody he's actually an FBI agent. Nicolas Cage, now with the face of an FBI agent, is able to free his brother from prison and becomes the hero by disarming the very bomb he assembled to go off. Earns the respect from the agency and now lives Travolta's life, including getting close to his wife. Back in prison, Travolta manages to escape and after starting a riot and sets off to convince his wife and the people closest to him about the surgery. But who can believe anything that comes out of the mouth of the man who murdered your son? Face Off offers an exhilarating cinematic experience that will keep you at the edge of your seat and will always be considered one of the best movies released in the 90s.
One of the best movies released in the 90s, but still a banger today.
Bro.
If you haven't seen Face Off, watch it. And you will be entertained as if it came out in theaters last week.
Yes, that's one of those movies. Honestly, you know, after church when you go get McDonald's, and then you go back home and you just put on TNT and they're playing a real good movie. that's that movie that's playing and everybody's in the living room just watching it, waiting for the commercial to end so I can come back on because, bro, it's just intense. It's a great movie. I remember watching it exactly like that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
That's why these are, to me, movies like this, specifically from the 90s, are lazy Sunday movies to me.
Yeah.
It's like, you just give your full attention to
it. Exactly. Man, Face Off is one of those, man. Herb, I gotta say, man, you did your thing with Movie of the Week.
I don't miss.
You don't?
I don't miss. I don't know what else to say. I just don't miss.
Oh, man.
Anything else you got to say?
I want to encourage everybody to go follow us on all of our social media, wherever there's social media at Discuss the Films. We're on Instagram, Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on Threads.
That's right.
Anywhere you got social. Oh, didn't we just make a TikTok?
We did make a TikTok.
There you go. At Discuss the Film on TikTok as well. All right, guys. If you go into our link tree in our bio, you'll see all the places where we're available to be streamed and listened to as well.
Yes.
And we want to thank you all for being here for the ride.
Well, if you don't got anything else to say, let's wrap it up.
My name is Frankie.
And my name is Herb. We'll talk to you again soon.